Dang.
Well, that was quick. Golly.
Why did that stop so quick?
No funny video for you. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Small Town Famous. As you see, we got a brand new desk here.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting official. That's what took a little bit longer to get set up.
Yeah.
Was we're getting configured and technical difficulties arise. We're getting better. But
yeah,
there's Alan with his porridge, like Little Miss Muffet. And
I have to get a spoon.
Of course, me. And, well, we're going to jump right into it. Because I know we're running late. We appreciate you guys for hanging in there. But tonight we got a little bit of Fox News fallout. The election is over, or is it?
Or is it?
Alan's analysis. Things you see on a bus is for one. And then Tubin gets jerked right off the air. It's a sad day for that. So
Sad day for America.
Man. But we appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you don't mind,
I'm starting to look like oh, I'm sorry. How about
you can like and subscribe. Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about. We're gonna go ahead. Is this work?
What is it?
The call to action.
You never know. Let's see what happens.
All right. Well, we if you don't mind, go ahead, share this video, comment away, because we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Tennessee 5. Hey, Tennessee, did you get?
Did you get it?
That's my cam.
Okay.
Well, we'll back out so we'll just do different camera shots. But did you get your?
You got. Look at that product placement. We can't have that. Look at that. Oh gosh.
That's nature.
All right.
So anyway, Tennessee 5. Did you get your package? That's what I was wanting to know. Anyway, just want to make sure it made it there because you know how the mail system is. It costs us an election, so I really want to make sure you got your stuff.
We're gonna get in.
We're gonna get in that, I'm fixing to zoom your stuff out because I want them to be able to see the desk a little bit. Hold up. Yeah, no, you go ahead.
No, they're gonna see that monitor there. So don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I just want them to see our studio.
All right, in case you've been living under a rock, the election occurred, and in case you've been only watching social media or mainstream news, they're still counting votes apparently, and you wouldn't really know that if you looked any other place, because every time you log on, you're expected to see something about it, but you don't really see much. Look at that split screen. Look at that.
Well, I can do that. How about I do this and then put you over here? So if I look like this and you look like this, are we looking at each other?
Yes, we are. Bam. We're back. I got to get everybody's comments on what's going on. Drop them in the comment section. Well, I got to know what you guys are thinking about what's going on. We're going to get into a little bit more detail about it. But Alan, are you calling for unity right now?
Am I calling for unity?
Yeah. If you're look at this. We got look at this. We got camera difficulties all over.
What happened?
No, you're just making stuff pop up on the.
Yeah. Oh, did I unplug something?
No. Come on back.
I just want to make sure that am somewhere in the center. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, we got it.
We set this up at the last hour. We had to haul the desk in.
Yeah, we was working really late into the evening on this. So.
And there's nothing we could really do about it. The gentleman, Mr. Dickey, did an incredible job on our desk.
Yeah, big shout out to Mr. Dickey.
Oh, my gosh.
He did a wonderful job.
He actually was going to, how about I do this?
Do it.
He was actually going to stay. That's how big this stupid desk is.
It's 2 rooms long now, so
we
got more people that we can get in here.
I need to show. I can hide my porridge now.
Anyway, so let's try to unpack some of this that we've been talking about for.
You can't read those. Well, why don't you complain about it, Seth? And not like you have anything to do with the podcast. Just kidding. Seth pays the bills, baby.
So I've seen Biden. President-elect Biden, he's all over social media and saying we need to call for unity.
Well,
are you interested in any of that right now?
Because
it seemed,
never.
Well, it seemed a little bit odd since that for the last 4 years it's been Russia collusion, impeachment. We have to resist, block, not negotiate. We have to hound and harass. Thanks, Maxine, for that line. Yeah. And now we're gonna unify.
the whole thing's ridiculous. I tell you what, hold on. I can't focus yet.
I know. I'm waiting on you to go ahead and jump in.
Seth totally threw me for a loop.
Yeah.
It is not my fault.
Well, it's
We'll obviously. See if you can read that, sucker. How about that?
I like it much better.
All right, and of course you're hiding our logos. Yeah. Okay, now hey, I'm back.
Yeah.
What did you ask me?
Well, the call for unity. After the last 4 years, do you think it's warranted to say, hey, we're going to finally get all this together?
Well, I mean, I don't know. At some point, we have to decide how we're going to act, and, you got to hint to the Democrats. Hillary she conceded immediately. We didn't hear a whole lot else about it. She went on and did her foundation, and she left things alone. She did a lot of
from her again.
Very altruistic. And I think that's why she's calling on Trump to concede, so he can walk off like a man,
just to follow her footsteps.
And I think the Democrats we should follow part of that pattern. Hint, hint. So,
well, I'm kind of getting mixed signals here. I'll tell you what I'm.
Because I have taken, I took a class about 4 days ago, same class but they were teaching us something about ballots. I don't remember that part because it was really boring about the mail. But
well, let me tell you this: I'm getting a little bit of mixed signals because I'm getting calls for unity. Hey, unity, we need to come together. But then on the other hand, MSNBC and AOC are saying, hey, we're gonna make lists of all Trump supporters, and they will be reprimanded and punished. So it's a little bit of a mixed signal. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's wrong.
They live in such a bubble.
Right. I just what the MSNBC lady said, they should be removed from society and burn down the Republican Party. That was about 2 or 3 days.
But that's pretty mild.
Yeah, that's actually
If you want to see what they really think,
if you peel back the layer,
go watch Keith Olbermann.
Dude, tell me that, dude.
MSNBC is like, hey, dude, calm down.
When you get kicked to the side all the way on ESPN Ocho, and you still think, you know what, everything that I've done to get me to this point, I'm going to double down on everything.
And they still cut away from you to dodgeball. Ocho, baby. Oh, man.
Anyway.
I got to have my sound effects.
But would you, anybody out there, especially our friends in some of these battleground states that are still being discussed.
Ooh, yeah.
Are you hearing anything on the ground, or what's everybody think about
you don't hear anything on the ground because when you tear up paper ballots, they muffle sound.
Right.
So it probably looks like snow in the middle of Nevada.
Okay.
That's what they need to investigate. Why is there snow in Phoenix and Arizona? Maricopa County covered in 2 inches. This could be paper. Bill, it's 85. It's 85 degrees.
Look, I made a paper snowman.
Anyway, stupid.
No, so what do you think really is going to happen? Because we saw a court decision today, according to Gateway Pundit. That's where that was. I didn't see it anywhere else.
Who wants the truth? Who wants the truth?
Was that a judge ordered that the segregated ballots that were not able to be verified through signature or anything to be thrown out?
Basically, what Alito said.
Yeah.
Right. So the only there's two narratives. Okay. At this point, Trump does have he has several paths to victory, but
explain.
Well, that's the good news. They're all like buying 5 lottery tickets, but that's the bad news. The thing is, the Supreme Court, no court, rarely wants to turn over voters.
Right.
Let me turn that down. So they rarely want to turn over voters because either you're disenfranchising one side or you're disenfranchising the other. So they usually kick it back to the states. So right now what is playing out in the media is a lot of rhetoric about voter fraud. Hey, we're going to start recording. So, welcome to Small Town Famous. You missed the first.
If you're listening on a podcast, not video.
Yeah,
anyway.
You missed the first 11 minutes. So anyway, they don't like overturning votes and things like that. So what's going to? So you're seeing a lot of rhetoric in the media, and a lot of tweeting and a lot of sharing of stories on platforms that you can. Shout out Parler, looking for a sponsor. So you need to start live video. That's one thing. But that is a narrative. That is, I believe that is a strategy, because you want voter fraud. Media saying no fraud, no evidence of fraud.
Yep.
But the thing is, if they have filed many lawsuits, but when you look at the lawsuits, not a single one is talking about fraud.
No, and I think that's
the technique.
Where the split happens is when you start talking about fraud, people tune out and say, "Oh, there's no evidence of it," because all the supposed cases, videos that you see on Instagram or wherever, Parler, those are very anecdotal.
Yep.
And they're hard to prove, hard to say. Well, that's obviously true.
You would never be able to, because you would never be able to overturn an election.
No,
you're not going to find 5 million votes of fraud.
Because it's going to be so sporadic around wherever.
So they're going to say it's anecdotal. Even if they said, yes, we'll throw out those votes, he still loses.
Right.
So that's not the grounds.
But the big thing is where the ballots come in and what is legal, not legal, eligible.
It
can be confirmed.
If you if you wrap it all up in one package, what every lawsuit has in common is according to the state legislatures of these swing states, every vote, and according to the Constitution, every vote has to be treated the same.
Yeah.
That's the argument. And it's only one that has a remedy. So but the two paths that I see him winning, and it's going to be something very unorthodox on the second one. Now, Arizona, he could just absolutely win that. There's still about, we need to check the data now. There's still 30 or 40,000 out on the. I think you got a deal where you can show the comments. But in any case, he could win Arizona outright. They've already called North Carolina. There's a recount in Georgia. Mm-hmm. And if Democrats were doing well, they should say,
that's a hand.
We welcome it in this hand. Right.
Yeah.
And then we have the Dominion issue. We can talk about that.
Right.
But they're not going to court on that. It's, did we treat every vote the same? And they have a backbone with it because of Alito. Mm-hmm. When Justice Alito gave his proactive opinion, he just, it's not that somebody filed a suit. He stated, he just wrote, I don't know exactly how what would you call it, but he warned Pennsylvania that they need to segregate the votes, and they did not. They refused the Supreme Court order. So that is one issue, but
and you don't know what happens after that.
That's right.
So
and the thing is, the Supreme Court so again, they never want to overturn something, because even in Bush Gore, they finally just said no more counts, because there were 4 recounts in one county. There were 4 recounts, and they finally said that's it, and they still thought that they stole the election. George Bush won all 4 recounts. They still thought they stole it.
Well, here's the thing: is I've heard people actually tell me is that Trump's just trying to steal the election. And hold on, I said, well, you think about it. Well, hey, Teresa, I said, if you think about it, a guy that's trying to steal an election does not say let's keep counting and keep counting the legal votes.
Right. That's the opposite.
It would kind of be, if you're trying to do something sneaky, you probably go, let's look at this anymore.
If you think you've gotten away with it, you don't invite the cops to your house to do a search.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So obviously we know there's something wrong, and they're very confident. But what I was going to say was unorthodox. Is the Supreme Court knew. That's why they had ACB get confirmed before November 3rd, before Election Day. They knew. They've been telling us for months this is going to happen. We don't want to believe it.
It's also the same folks that said, because I logged on to Twitter, I logged on to Facebook, I logged on to everything. And it always at the top, always at the very top of your news feed, it says, expect election results to be dragged out several weeks and all this. It's conditioning.
Yeah.
And then,
of course it was.
a couple of days into it, no more. This is it. It's over. It's
And we
done.
saw it that night. And that was what was so weird, creepy.
It's like, no, now the same tech companies are saying, no, it's already been called. It's done. It's over. It's not going to be dragged out for weeks and weeks like we have been building you up for several months to believe.
That's right. And they're going to try to say there's nothing serious. They don't remember that. So, all right, so here's his path to victory in my mind. I don't want to tick everybody off, but you just prepare that Biden's going to win. So once you kind of accept that Biden's going to win and that the wheels are not going to fall off, and I'll explain my thoughts on that. I'm not saying that Trump should concede. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just going to explain how I think this will play out.
Making a bold prediction here. But let me ask the folks out there, what do you think is going to happen? Is Trump going to pull something out? Do you believe he still has a chance to win after all this litigation and courts and all this? Or do you think, it's pretty much over and we move on from here?
Yeah, I would like to know y'all's thoughts on that.
I want to know some thoughts on that because we got people scattered throughout the country. So,
yeah, that is true. I forget about that.
We love different opinions on that.
Well, here's the deal. The way I think it's going to play out is going to be where the Supreme Court's going to punt. And they know, the Trump administration knows this. So you jam the system. We have to. People are now learning more about elections just like they've learned more about epidemiology this year than any time. Who cares about school this year because you had some kind of education, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, so
it's all crazy right now.
So here's the thing: if you go to everything that happens right now is very normal. The thing that feels weird is because in most presidential elections, you have a concession. So you don't go through all this. You think. There is a process. You know more about this than I do, but every election has to be certified. Yeah. So number one, there's canvassing.
Each state has to certify
Canvassing happens every election, not just this one. Not just because everybody's hollering about it.
Right.
Canvassing happens every election, and they are they're finding irregularities and correcting them as they go.
Right.
Then next comes certification. Therein lies the rub. What the lawsuits are going to stipulate.
They're trying to stop some of the certifications.
They're going to stop the certifications and provide proof that all ballots were not treated equally, and there's enough affidavits to go through.
It was a lot. I don't know if you watched the other night. That stack.
It's like 75,000. No, but when you have some pretty high profile, then the statistician from MIT that broke down the glitch. That's the
glitch. Which is I've heard. Of course. Yeah.
But those are being
about the Dominion stuff, and there were programs that allowed this feature. It's not a glitch; it's a feature.
So my understanding, the guy from Canada that started the company, it was funded by money. Clinton Foundation. This might have one of my allegedly. We don't know that for sure.
But
and the people that
a Canadian company always gets me. It's like, isn't that?
I thought that.
Oh, you don't.
I didn't know they existed.
Your election to somebody.
Yeah, that new NAFTA, baby. So you've got, and then the software folks. My understanding is that Nancy Pelosi's brother is on the board of directors.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that part is. You can fact check it. We'll see. It's alleged at this point. So in any case,
and we don't make any assumptions here.
Right. So bottom line, what's going to end up probably happening? They go to these lawsuits. Some of them will be denied. There's a big victory today where they upheld one thing, which was kind of a surprise. But most of them are going to deny it. They're going to kick it back to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court now is no longer 4-4. Now it's possibly 5-4. They could rule, or they could choose, because they do not want to disenfranchise voters, kick it back to the states. Here's where your problem comes in. Then you come into December the 18th, I believe it is. Mm-hmm. We have to certify elections. If you cannot certify your state, you can't certify it. It's done. It's set aside. Then you get to a state electoral ballot. So there's a state election, the state electoral process, of which I don't know if it's ever went to in history. What occurs if a state cannot be certified, you then go to a 50-state vote. Every state gets one vote. But
delegations have to decide on that one vote. They have to work together to cast that one vote.
And typically it goes blue state, you're going to vote Democrat. Red state, you're voting Trump. Right now there's 26 red states. They know all this. That's why they want to get this jammed through and done. And the Republicans are wanting to jam the system so it doesn't. Because you have deadlines. It has to be done before inauguration, but you have these set things in the Constitution that have to be done.
Right.
And if they can stop the certification process, you will go to a state electoral process where every state gets one vote. Donald Trump gets named. Well, and in no situation does anybody in the country think that we're going to be unified at all, no matter who wins.
I have a $1 million question in just a second, but first we want to give a major shout out to our friends at Billy Bland Fishery, because if you're looking to go fishing or stock your pond or your tank at home or the office, then we hope you try the best name in the fish game, Billy Bland Fishery. They have all the sport fish you can imagine: goldfish, minnows, catfish, koi, bass, crappie. And they have a variety of tropical fish. The best part is they'll ship right to you. Check out BillyBlandFishery.com or give them a call, 870-694-4811. Great folks, great family business. They can help you. Billy Bland, where the name is bland, but the fish are not. No, thank you for hanging in there. $1 million question right now. If one of those scenarios that Alan has presented, if one of them happens to go forward and Trump somehow is declared president for another 4 years, what happens nationally? What happens in the public sphere? What's going on out there? Because I know that there's been some parties out in the streets.
That's
you know, they suspended. I think that's the way I heard it the other day. Was they suspended social distancing to celebrate the Biden victory? And
but
so
Corona took a break.
It took a break for just a moment. But I want to know what. And so far, nothing's been burned down. Even though you got almost 73 million people that
since all this recount that's happened in Georgia is starting to come back.
Right. So what happens if it swaps? Where do you see the public going? Do you see calmness in the streets after if that were to happen?
Not initially. But there's a little bit. Here's the thing too. I think that the Trump campaign is pretty confident in one of the, and they know more than we do, obviously. They are very confident, apparently. You know, and I love Mike Pompeo's roast. That was epic.
Right.
I think I have that, but if y'all didn't see Mike Pompeo's roast, it was incredible.
It was pretty good. We don't have video of it pulled up right now. But
right. So in any case, though, there is don't think it's strange that they fired Mark Esper, that they're shaking up the leadership in the Pentagon, that some of the electoral, and immediately people thought, Trump's heads are rolling. Trump, he's being vindictive about the electoral guy that got, the dude was an Obama appointee.
Yeah.
Y'all have to remember that ever since he has been elected, and you know the correct number, but my understanding from a client of mine who isn't a presidential appointee, I think people across the nation don't understand. How many appointees does a president have? Most of them are rubber stamped, but how many? 4,000, 5,000?
It's up there in that ballpark.
Yeah,
that's a good guesstimate.
Yeah, she works for the USDA,
it is.
And I said, "What are you going to do?" And she said, "They just told us to keep coming to work until something happens."
Oh my gosh!
Well, he's not even got to put all his people in place, and now they're already on to this. So I guess what I think there is a reason that heads are rolling now. and it's not out of retribution. He's happy about it. But here's the thing that Mark Esper continually fought Trump on was the Insurrection Act. Trump did not want to do the Insurrection Act. He begged governors to have him come in, stop the rioting and the looting. In the places that he did, he's not exaggerating. They did it in 2 or 3 hours.
No, you're right.
Okay, so you get rid of the guy that kept giving you bad advice about not doing the Insurrection Act. Maybe good advice, maybe. Well, who knows?
Yeah.
But we do know the left was begging him to look like an authoritarian.
Yeah.
So the threat of it helped, but it did not stop it. And there's a lot of people that died over it. All right. And that is not going to stop. Antifa is not the Democrats' friend. I think they're learning that. And so if there is problems in the street, I believe
you're exactly right. Speaking of Antifa and BLM, it's been a little weird because you saw them all gathering outside the White House to get ready to protest, and all over the big cities to get ready to protest. Mm-hmm. They're getting ready to protest because Trump could possibly win. It's announced later. Joe Biden has enough electoral votes and all that, and they still go out there and protest, and they're still. I think they got a little confused, even though they heard. And we actually have exclusive video of the moment they realized that their person, even though they're protesting against them as well, actually won. And we have that video right here queued up.
Let me cue something else up. Yeah, go ahead and try it.
All right. Well, this is Antifa and BLM realizing that they are still protesting, even though their person won.
We have found a witch. May we burn her?
Well, why do you hate Trump so much?
Well, she turned me into a newt. A newt. We got better.
What if I told you Kamala and Joe Biden won?
Burn already!
Did you cheat to win the election?
No! Yes.
This is Kamala, and you all wanted her.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Throw her into the pool!
Dude,
All right, let's go
that
back.
was epic.
All right, so that was an exclusive, small town famous. How long it took to do all, get all that footage from those protests? It was
Yeah, at least 30 seconds. Man, but no, I really think that the National Guard will be on standby, because here's the thing that can be dangerous. A president that does not have to be reelected. So that can be extremely dangerous.
Well,
if y'all don't recall the hot mic between Obama and Putin's protege or his lackey.
I have more freedom in that second
this
term.
was my last election.
Well, Seth brings up a good point. The electoral process has been delegitimized forever, in his opinion. National survey this week said that 95% of the people polled said the same thing, and he's not wrong, because if you want to be completely honest, it's been researched, it's been studied to death that fraud and some cheating has been going on since all elections, especially after the Civil War. And but here's the way I heard it put was that in our minds as conservative folk, we see it as immoral to cheat to try to win anything. But if you're not trying to win.
That's right. That's sports.
But we see it as immoral to try to cheat and to try to steal stuff.
Right.
Now, what others on the other side believe is that it's immoral to lose, especially when the stakes are so high. So they have to do anything to win. And I think that's I heard that summary put out there, and I gotta say it makes a lot of sense.
I think that whoever said that is exactly right.
No, I think
it was me.
It may have been.
I'm just trying to. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I think that if there obviously is going to be, I mean, they were rioting already.
Right,
Now imagine, your guy gets taken away, right? But the thing is, they were never on his side. And if you think that you're going to get away, that they were going to get away with rioting and looting if Biden wins, no, that boot will be on your face,
right?
Because they will not put up with it. Because guess what? The Democrats have to have. Number one, if Biden wins, he is going to limp into the White House as the weakest president in U.S. history, physically, emotionally, mentally, but just politically.
Right.
He's going to be extremely weak, right? And that's why his biggest donors were Wall Street.
Right.
And that's what I'm trying to tell people.
The chart.
It's going to be, that's what I'm trying to tell them. It's going to be okay. He does not represent, and there's people that absolutely going to disagree with me. He does not represent socialism. He represents cronyism. Before you knew who Donald Trump was as a politician, none of this scared you. You looked at it, you're like, I don't care about politics, and you went on about your day. Now, suddenly, Trump broke the system, and everybody's freaking out. But 4 years ago, I know just as many people that were freaking out over Trump winning. But he broke politics forever. He had GOP against him. That's why we lost the midterms. But the thing is, he represents an old system where you're going to be able to lobby a politician, and if Joe Biden's proven nothing else, is that he will take your money. Okay? So if Wall Street, if everybody's worried about socialism, you're telling me that Wall Street is going to donate almost $1 billion to someone who's going to raise your taxes to 60%? That's not the way the investment world works. So what will happen is a bunch of lobbying, and you're going to see a bunch of yin-yang around. Also, what the Democrats are scared to death of is the fact that this blue wave didn't occur.
Yeah.
And that we netted out more seats.
Well, that's what kind of throws in with the inaccuracies is that I heard the statistic the other day, 34% of all Joe Biden votes of the people walked in there or sent it in that voted Joe Biden, and that was it. They said,
so
we're not worried about anything
I really
else.
feel like statistically some of that will be thrown out. Yeah.
99% of everybody that voted for Trump voted for the next Republican down the line. And see, that's
which is why they lost in 2018 that people don't understand because Trump wasn't on the ballot.
So that's the thing is that with I don't know how you can't realize that's not an inaccuracy there.
Yeah.
But the blue wave was completely rejected. In fact, a lot of pickups in the House.
Exactly.
I think that scares a couple of folks on.
Yeah, because imagine how many, because there's more Democratic seats in jeopardy in 2022.
And not only that, when they say, Republicans picked up maybe 15, 16, 17 seats in the House, probably maintain the Senate once we'll see after Georgia, which I think they already have the 50. But it's like
they don't have the 50.
They got the 50. They could be 51, 52. Yeah. But it's like, we voted for these Republicans in these areas, but we didn't vote for Trump. And he still got 73 million people to vote for him. And that's, of course, you don't account for things that they say it could have been thrown out, could have been lost, could have been switched over.
Yeah.
I mean.
Well, I know the Dominion, the guy, and this guy's not a hack. The dude's from, he is a professor at MIT. That's it was between that and SAU, and they were tougher to get into. So I'll let it slide. The dude is is a statistician.
Well,
from MIT.
Hold on, he's a scientist computer scientist, and we
got to follow the science. We got to follow the science. Let's follow the science.
We got to follow the science, and the science says there was some
hanky panky.
Well,
the one that and he just took what he could find that was easily reported.
Right, Teresa's got a comment.
Okay, Teresa. Okay, let's look and see.
Well, I mean,
article
that's been
today that
reported a
said
couple
USPS found
places.
boxes $1,000. Yeah, and they have whistleblowers. The problem is that it's you have affidavits, and these people in some states the penalty for lying is 15 years for an affidavit. So these affidavits absolutely have an effect.
Penalty of perjury.
Perjury.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
nobody
you're
wants
doing that. So it's as if you're a witness in court. So we have affidavits, and they're in the thousands. The Supreme Court will care less. In the court of public opinion, they matter tremendously. But remember, right now in the media and on social media, they're playing checkers. Trump's playing chess. His lawyers are not filing lawsuits proving how many ballots were fraudulent.
Right.
They want pressure for recounts, which delay the process, and I'm not faulting him for it. He has every right to do it. If he's smart enough to get it done, he should be our president.
And I want to touch
And
more
it's not
on,
cheating. It's using the U.S. Constitution.
I want to get more in the media side of things.
I don't.
No, hold
Because
on. I want to get more.
We are the media.
We got to
I'm
discuss
sorry.
this. But before that, I do want to talk about our buddy Seth Miller at Miller Custom Name Logs and Chainsaw Carvings.
Hold on, I got something new for Seth.
Uh-oh. Okay, a little... Okay, there it is. All right. So you know what would look great outside your home or your business? A custom name log sign from Miller Custom Name Logs and Chainsaw Carvings. Our buddy, Seth, can take a chainsaw and make some of the most amazing things. And not only does he make name log signs, which Alan has in his yard right now, you could go to Fro's Facebook page.
And I just sold one today.
Boom! We're out here. Commission, baby!
Yep.
But he also makes all sorts of lifelike sculptures, benches, and mantles as well. You can see everything that he can make at millerlogs.com. That's millerlogs.com. Check out his Facebook page. He's got all sorts of pictures, videos of what exactly he's doing out there. Miller Custom Name Logs and Chainsaw Carvings. You can give him a call, 573-727-4470, or just, heck, stop on.
Just drop in. He won't care.
He's located on
sorry about that.
Highway 34 between Piedmont and Patterson, Missouri. Thank you, Seth.
You're the man.
You are the man.
All right, so I do want to, Tennessee 5, I want to avoid a mandatory mask mandate in my church closing. Biden would enforce both. Now,
oh my gosh, are we not seeing what?
Did you get your STF
said?
mask? I still want to know that.
Yeah,
so.
well, what's up with that?
But
one of Biden's advisors says a 14-month lockdown. It will regenerate the economy, and it would be good to save countless lives.
Do you want me to comment?
4 months. Do I? You're my economy guy. Well, four month shutdown would. I mean,
ask your third grader how that would work. That it is so. Well, he's also the guy that said he wants everybody dead by 75.
Wait, what?
Oh,
are
you talking? You're talking about Podesta's brother, right?
Is that who's been advising?
John Podesta's brother. Mm-hmm. Okay, no, John Podesta's brother is going to be on his task force. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So the guy that's over it is just evil. So but Podesta, that's going to be on the coronavirus task force, which seems like I've heard that phrase before. Maybe back in March, since March or so.
Yeah, we're going to do things differently.
Yeah. So there's a video of him from 2016, 2017. It's probably a TED Talk, knowing them. He thinks 75 is as long as anybody needs to live.
You know,
which that scares. How does that make you feel creepy?
The 75, me personally,
dude. I tell you what. I tell you what I'm going to do.
All right, go ahead.
I've got to find. I tell you. Hold on.
But I do want to bring up the media thing, because I noticed there's been a mass exodus from a certain network, and I know you've been all over this. Mm-hmm. Is where do you see Fox going from here after the mass exodus and people not supporting that channel? And do you think anything?
It depends
changes?
who wins.
Okay.
Yeah. If Biden wins, well, I know this. either yesterday or the day before, they hired a crisis manager. So how bad is that?
Seth is exactly right, though.
Now, what's that? Let me see.
Yeah, like,
All the while, he's being put into position by a 77-year-old president. Yeah, I know. And that's what they said. They were like, Biden's already passed 75. So, all right. So with all that being said, what was I talking about?
Yeah, you were talking about the media.
Fox,
whoever wins.
Fox hired a crisis manager, a PR crisis manager.
Now, I'd heard that.
Because of the sinking rate. So the rumor is, and I'm sure that it's probably well-founded, that, what are the plans if Trump leaves the White House? I'm sure that could be easily leaked. It doesn't matter. He doesn't believe he's leaving the White House.
Well, there's been rumor of a media empire.
That he's
looking at.
And I think that, he could easily buy a company. Now, if Newsmax keeps doing what they're doing, he may not be able to buy them. But because they're growing faster than almost fast as Parler, but he could buy an OAN and add legit. I can't say it.
If he just makes,
he can make them legit. And my understanding is that he would be bringing. Cause some people don't know that Tucker Carlson was actually served as an advisor with him on this campaign, but he's talking about bringing Tucker, Hannity. Yeah. Laura and Judge Janine over to whatever network he's going to start.
Have any listeners out there, have they stopped watching Fox at all? I'd like to know you guys' opinion on that. I think you've checked out a couple of things.
I watched Tucker's monologue.
Tucker monologues, but I mean, if Trump says, "Hey, I'm making Trump news," and then, well, I'd heard that MSNBC and CNN combined did not do the ratings of Fox, and then Fox fell to third place. That is a significant drop in viewership.
And it can't be. And Tucker got hit with that. I mean, they just banned them completely. So anyway, they're in a bad way. They're hemorrhaging money, and CNN is already hemorrhaging money.
Right.
Trump could really make a play on any of them. Yeah. And write a check.
Well, wasn't CNN supposed to be bought by Jeff
Bezos? Yeah, he's looking at.
I know you wanted to talk about, or speaking of CNN, or the hot mic incident.
Yeah, I do want to do that. I sent y'all that movie trailer.
Yes.
I want to bring that up at some
Songbird was the name of the movie. If you got to go check out it's a Michael Bay film.
Has anyone heard of that yet?
It's called Songbird. Alan sent us the trailer. I think the trailer came out about a week ago, but I hadn't seen it.
Okay.
He sends it to us, and it's hauntingly. Don't get us kicked off with
Good morning, sunshine.
But it's called Songbird. Check that out and
I believe.
Let us know what you think about it.
Let me send it to the computer.
It's about a pandemic and shutdowns.
Yeah, and
I'll give you a hint. Make a post.
If it doesn't make your butt pucker, something is a little wrong with you. All right, let me find it.
But yeah, Fox is going to be struggling for a little while. And I think, especially when I saw what they said about Parler. When Jordan sent that picture of the headline that says, Parler, big investor is named George Soros or something. And then it turns out Dan Bongino is the one that owns Parler. And he said, that's not true at all. I was like, gosh, is Fox really just trying to hurt its credibility here? Which they may have already had. So.
All right, I'm going to drop this in. Let me see if it...
so this is the trailer for
Good morning, sunshine.
Songbird.
I miss you. I could kiss you right now.
We want your reaction.
Sunday.
Curfew is now in effect. All unauthorized citizens must stay indoors.
That's one.
Rise as we enter the 213th week of lockdown.
A grim new reality emerges.
COVID-23 has mutated.
All right, so this is...
Thermal scan normal.
A horrifying new development
New
today.
data confirms the virus attacks the brain tissue.
Whoa! I'm immune!
Worldwide death toll rises to over 110 million.
All infected Americans are being forced into quarantine camps.
Sarah. Sarah, what's going on?
So I'm assuming it's a thriller or a comedy.
I think it's comedy. If they change the music.
Sarah, talk to me.
I think my neighbor has a fever.
It'll be so much easier if you just open the door. Mrs. Grant, you have visitors.
Sarah, please. Sarah, open that door. Sarah, do not open that door.
That's almost like how it is right now.
Scan.
With
3, 2, 1.
anomaly.
Anomaly detected. Armed guards will be arriving in 4 to 6 hours. You must not attempt to leave your home, or you will be shot on sight.
This is my message to you. I know you're in there.
They're coming. To let you go.
No. Sarah! Sarah!
Say goodbye to me.
Sarah, I'm not letting you give up.
This is my message
Sometimes we have to do things we don't want to survive.
I'm trying to save the one person left in my life that matters to me.
I can't help you. What you're talking about is illegal.
All right, that's Songbird. And
Remember, stay safe, sane, and sanitized.
when does it come out? Coming soon. All right, so they shot this movie, edited it, and brought it back all in just a short period of time.
Yeah.
All right, I think if I hit camera 2, it's going to start playing again, right?
Well,
I'm down here in the corner. It's fine. But
I don't like
anyway, it kind of feels like that right now when anybody that has a little cough or saying, "Hey, I was running fever the other day," it's like it is a complete okay. Now you have to, and I've seen this firsthand on a lot of things.
Yeah.
A lot of folks that say, "Hey."
I think got short.
They're afraid of telling somebody that I was sick the other day or I was sick because it's like you've been shunned, you've been completely cast out of society, almost like some sort of leper. In a way.
Yeah. That is just that movie gives me chills. But
definitely.
But it's part of the thing. I don't know.
Right,
it may always be around. But let's move on from that. Let's a little bit something more
Thoughts on
lighthearted.
the trailer. That seems very interesting and almost
Tennessee
worrisome.
5. Thanks, Alan.
Yeah, he's not going to be sleeping tonight.
It's kind of creepy.
But the mask mandates, New York's looking to shut down again. The UK was already starting to shut down a lot of things except the schools. Which
They wouldn't. Here's the interesting thing. They didn't shut down them phone lines because you want to know why it's ironic? Trivia. What was General Flynn arrested for? I want to see the first comment. What law did he break? And then I want you to tell me what politician suggested that law.
You'd be... I know exactly what
it's taking too long. So, tell me, Chase, what law did General Flynn break?
Was it the Logan Act?
How often had it been used?
Not very often, ever.
But ever. They wrote the law in case it ever happened again.
Right.
And the law states
and
that
it was suggested by. Let me go for the 2 for here.
Okay.
It was suggested by a potential president-elect. Is that right?
Yeah, at the time he was a VP. He was so Joe Biden suggested the Logan Act. Now, everybody's pushing, even though he made a declaration that he would not become himself president-elect until the certification process, which we know now, and they probably know too, Trump's going to jam it. So we've got president-elect out there. I don't know, because he probably doesn't remember. He's no longer a senator. He's not a VP. He is a U.S. citizen.
Right. And he's visiting with folks from, apparently leaders from.
But have you seen any proof of that from him? Have you seen any proof of that from him?
He has not
you're making
released-
an accusation.
Well, he's not released the memos from him.
No, he hasn't.
No, he's
So how would I know that? Because every foreign leader in the world is tweeting saying, "Congratulations, President-elect. We enjoyed our phone call."
Great phone conversation. But yeah,
that is a violation of the Logan Act, I would believe.
right. And see, this is where the difference comes in, is in the difference of styles.
Freaking
here.
hypocrite.
Exactly. But when they say, "Well, did you talk to a no, I didn't." When Trump's like, when they say, "Trump, did you talk to a?" He's like, "Yeah, release the phone call. Release it. I don't care. It was a perfect phone call."
It was a perfect call. It was a perfect call. Yeah, no, it's so infuriating. I mean, the irony. You couldn't, Michael Bay, that movie you saw, when they made 2012, they should have waited until 2020 because it's much scarier. This is the dumbest. We should write a script and just call it irony.
Well, the thing is what's infuriating is that no one is held to the same standards of law.
No,
anymore.
My gosh.
If you don't pay your taxes or you do whatever, it's off to jail or you're going to get a slap with a hefty fine. But these guys can. Evidence can point towards a treasonous activity. Yeah. And it's just so above the law.
Unreal. I mean, how you
what did I text you guys earlier? It was like, did you know you can be as corrupt as humanly possible and
nothing happened?
You can live a happy life after that.
I guess you have to do it. I think I figured out you have to do it in people's faces.
Oh yeah, if you
hide it, then you go to jail.
Yeah, you got to be very confident about it and just throw it in people's faces, and then
now I've seen a couple of comments about this mask mandate and stuff like that. That is the governors are trying to do what the governors want to do, but here at the end of the day, everybody's people. Number one, it's unconstitutional. Number two, that flies in the face of Joe Biden ending the coronavirus pandemic. Number three, he said he's going to create jobs. But number four, he said he's going to lock down the country for 14 months. So you tell me how much of this is BS. So
which one of them?
Just pick one.
Yeah,
the mask mandate is unconstitutional. And if they tried it, who's going to enforce it? Who's going to be the mask police? Name one police organization that did not back Donald Trump in the election.
Right.
Name
That's
how
a
many.
Very fair point there.
So you have to have somebody to enforce it. Well, are they going to create a new police force of what? Snowflakes? I mean, what? None of it makes sense.
No.
That's why at the end of the day, Trump looks awful confident, and I think he could, lightning doesn't strike twice. They say, yeah, it does. But there's something that they've got figured out because this is the oddest. This whole thing is crazy.
So who's going to make me? Who's going to make? Yeah. Alan's touching right on that point because I don't think they can enforce it unless it goes to a higher authority than the United States.
And God said no.
Right. Well. Right. Well, I was talking about the U.S.
Oh, the second, anyway. of the land. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Well, anyway.
You're right.
Did you contact any sort of governor to see if, to get permission for doing any Thanksgiving activity? Because I know in California and New York, you kind of
I called Asa, and he said, "What y'all cooking?" So I think he's okay with it.
I mean, the stuff in California with the 10 people, you got to be outside. You have to do that. You can't last more than 2 hours.
That's last week's news.
I mean, what is
that's last week's news?
Well, New York's jumping on it now.
Cuomo's is
on it
today's
now.
news.
Yeah, Cuomo's today's
no
news.
No more than 10 people. Blah blah blah. You know what?
We have 10 people in our households.
And then another state before I left work announced it. But here I can't remember. It doesn't matter. I'm sure they're liberal. But here's the thing. You know what? Almost all of them are calling it for 2 weeks. It's Thanksgiving. What do we do for 2 weeks? Nothing. We visit family. Most of it less than 10, unless you live in Louisiana. in some other rural areas.
Right, Louisiana is actually, I think, in their state constitution where if you have a Thanksgiving, there has to be a fried alligator there, and it can't be less than 50 people.
But they do have to be blood.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's easy. Well, that's
but
easy.
that's very easy.
Very
so they're going to have to limit theirs. So, but anyway, none of it's going to hold. Who's going to enforce it? The Thanksgiving police. Well, how do you enforce?
Great. Now you done gave behind another agency to create.
I want to know, everybody out here that keeps complaining about this, and I have people that talk to me every day scared about these things. You have to ask yourself, look at it from a 30,000-foot perspective. Who is going to enforce it? Because apparently a lot of people on one certain side don't like the cops. Is it going to be the military? Apparently, people like the National Guard and your general enlisted man, they don't really, they kind of like Trump. The rednecks kind of like Trump.
Right.
Anybody that has a gun, they kind of like Trump. I'm just saying.
Seth is right on the money.
What's Seth say?
He sets you deer hunt. That's what we do. But and that's the people that the threats are. The opposite people that threats are coming from is people who don't know how to deer hunt.
People just need to chill and not worry about it so much because, again, you're going to wake up. If Biden is president, you're going to wake up and you're going to go to work.
Until
it may be an armed guard.
You may have to pile on to some public transit.
You may have to take a chip in your right hand or your forehead. But to buy or sell, read Revelations. No, seriously. I'm not being facetious on some of this. I mean, look, we've been through terrible presidents. I lived through Carter, and that I'm about to turn 50.
You're still living through Carter.
Still living, yeah.
He's still
that dude's hanging on.
He goes to other countries and certifies elections. Did you know that?
Yeah, he ain't gonna certify this. Ooh, man. Right, but I don't mean to overtalk. It just drives me crazy because number one, it's the irony in the things that they say it's not hypocrisy. It's just irony. Hey, so, we're going to do this, but you got to do this. I really think they live in an echo chamber and they live in a bubble. Nobody is going to enforce it.
Right.
So they're going to try to enforce it.
Point.
Right. So they're going to try to enforce it by fines. Now, I saw today $5,000 fine in Utah. All right. Here's the thing. If you go out and you get caught, you're going to get a $5,000 ticket. I thought they were releasing everybody.
Right.
Okay. Right. So that flies on. If it's not a violent offense, that I thought was I would move to one of those states. Right. Are they going to do a $5,000 mandate in those kind of states? No, because there's no cash bail.
Right.
Irony. That's hypocrisy, right?
They're going to say, here's your fine. Here's your $5,000 fine. Go pay it. Yeah. And then if you say, I ain't paying that bull crap, and then you do any sort of income tax or anything,
they might take it out of that.
It's just another tax,
maybe.
Pretty much. Essentially.
But you know what's funny? How some states are doing it? They're actually doing the business themselves. They think it's better because it's going to be so hard to enforce. What they were going to do, they're going to enforce it with the business. So they're going to say, if we catch you with a customer without a mask, we're going to fine you like $200 per person.
Right.
So here's what I would say to do is every store that you absolutely hate, visit them 10 times a day without a mask. You're not going to get the fine.
You talking
and
about
actually
if you have a competitor.
Or a competitor. Take selfies and tag yourself.
Oh, man.
They will go out of business or they will change that law. It's not going to happen because it's too stupid.
Well, here's the thing. I think this is where it comes down to Andrew Cuomo is throwing out the let's cancel Thanksgiving thing. I think would you want to be around Chris Cuomo? Any sort of holiday? I think this is a broad brush to keep one guy away from it.
He's got to secretly hate
us. So I think Teresa's actually on to that right now.
Yeah.
So,
hey,
real quick, can we give a huge shout out to our friends at Cottonwood Farm Design Company. If you're looking to decorate your home and want it to look amazing, then Cottonwood Farm Design Company has exactly what you're looking for. Cabinets, tables, signs, and all sorts of decorations that would give your home the warm, rustic charm that you'll love, and your friends will too, if they're allowed to come over for Thanksgiving. Check out all their designs, or even make your own at one of their sign parties. If you have an idea, they can bring it to life. 5-star reviews all throughout, because Cottonwood Farm Designs are built to last. You can like their Facebook page, Cottonwood Farm Design Company. Look it up. You can also give them a call, 910-220-5867, or email them.
Call them up.
Email them.
No, yeah.
Cottonwood Farm Design Co. at gmail.com.
Beautiful. Hey, we got a couple segments to do.
Okay.
We got a late start.
Well,
but we are gonna. But I know you got some stuff on your agenda.
Dude, I got so much.
Dude, I know. So we did a 5-hour. I want to tell you something. We did a 5.5 to 6 hour podcast.
It was entirely too long.
It wasn't. But do you know there were 10 people still left?
I know.
When me and Jordan finally shut it down.
You guys, I was one of them, because I was watching it instead of watching the road. But thank you so much to everybody out there that actually watched. Some of you guys watched the entire thing, or had it playing.
We have
We'll take the numbers.
We have over 2,000 views. Apparently, they liked our coverage better.
Right, because we called the Arizona stuff. We called the Virginia stuff.
We called.
We were on top of it before anybody else.
Well, we called Michigan when they dropped the votes, because before me and Jordan signed off, we saw the numbers change. And we also saw that time where it went that 97% reporting, and it went to 94%, but yet Biden's votes went up.
Right.
That is statistically impossible.
But I did want to touch on something that Seth brought up, which was deer hunting. And last weekend was the youth hunt. And, I have several little young ladies that live at my house.
Word.
Some call them daughters, I took them.
Some call them space cowboys.
I decided, hey, do you guys want to go hunting?
But they call you the gangster of love.
And they said, what time we got to get up? I said, we're getting up way before dawn. So, so I got them up. They actually went out in the woods with me, drove down out of town, went out to Mom and Dad's. We went out to hunt. And so we're walking through the woods here, and I said, okay, you guys, we're going to try to walk real lightly.
Why are you talking like somebody that smoked 5 packs of cigarettes a day? That's what I want.
Hold on. We're going to try to walk lightly to the stand, not make a whole lot of noise.
Yeah.
And then...
Is that when you took the picture? They were trouncing through the woods.
They had surprised me. I said, let me lead you. Let me go ahead, because it's dark. I'm the one with the flashlight. They're gone. So we finally get to the stand anyway. And then it's still dark. We got to wait probably 45 minutes for the sun to even start creeping over. So I'm really proud of them for getting up and going.
Yeah.
And they were ready. A couple of them were just drowsy, sleepy.
Had to put their makeup on.
And no makeup.
Oh,
but, wow. The oldest was in there, and I'm surprised at the results we had, because every 6 minutes I'd look over at Riley, and I'm saying, don't try not to move in the stand. Try not to do anything, too sudden. And then you hear Riley. every 6 to 10 minutes. And then Riley's,
that's the boring sound, right?
Hadley's in the back snickering because my stomach's growling a little bit. And she thinks I have gas.
She's ready for you. Yeah.
She's just, and Landry's knocking everything in the stand. We have this thing packed out with me and all these kids. And then we wait a little bit longer, and I hear some,
Uh-oh.
yeah, that's what I thought. And Landry and Hadley are behind me. They're sitting down and saying they can't really see over the edge here.
Yeah.
And Landry says, "Is that a deer?" I was like, "Shh, you gotta be quiet." And I saw 2, and then another down another path, and then 3 more by a deer feeder.
All right.
Okay, one of you is about to. What are you about to blow one of these heads off? And so they, but they were all really small, and so I didn't want to kill a really small one with or let them shoot one, especially waste my ammo like that because it's a small target. It was going right by them. But then when we were walking back, we decided to head back because they were getting pretty antsy, and then we're walking back, going back down the trail. And I tell them, all right, we may see something on the way back here, so we're gonna walk really lightly. Let me lead you. And I've learned my lesson with them. I'm keeping them behind me. Don't do it. And then, what are you doing? You're not being sneaky. You're like us hunting. It was not sneaky at all. But anyway, we're walking back. Oh no, we're gonna be finishing up here, but we're walking back. And I hear some deer up the trail ahead of us, and I go, okay, you guys stay here. I'm gonna check it out, and then we'll see if we can get set up. What are you doing? It's not a boom mic. Okay, you guys stay here. Don't move, and let me peek around this corner and see 5 deer, and I think one's a buck. And I go, oh. So we're about to squat down. And then Hadley's on her phone, walks right by me, scares every one of them off. And that's when I throw my hands up and go, all right, we'll go hunting later. So that was my deer. That was just for Seth. That was the. Dude. Oh, my gosh. Anyway, the hunting story shall continue because we're going to try to go this weekend as well. Look, you're blocking that light. God, I had it so beautiful. All right, too much light. Yeah. All right, come back and sit down. You're bothering me. Anyway, it's opening weekend, Modern Gun this Saturday. Are you going to be going? Are you going to be going? Are you going hunting?
Am I going hunting Saturday opening weekend? No. I'm not. I'm just not as mad at them as I used to be, man. I don't.
I do have another deer story. This one actually came up the other day. Just like, and condolences to Teresa. She just had a loved one pass away, and unfortunately, I did too. My grandmother of Alzheimer's passed away yesterday, and it's a terrible disease. You hate to see people go through that. But I posted a picture on Facebook about her, and my old basketball coach, great basketball coach, had put had commented under there and told a story that I didn't know about because my grandmother used to work at Emerson Schools, drive the school bus for 37 years, and then worked in the cafeteria for 40 years along with that. So workaholic, did it all, and he said. This is my coach speaking on this comment. He said, I remember my first day on the job at Emerson, and Betty, which is my grandmother, her telling me how she hit a deer while driving the bus, put the deer on the bus, and the kids had to step over it to get to their seats.
Man, that's South Arkansas for you, baby.
That's South Arkansas. So shout out, Betty, a.k.a. Grams. So, and... But I thought that was just a great story to summarize it all. So, anyway, Alan, you're leaving me hanging here. I'm trying. You're totally leaving me hanging.
Well, we were late setting up and we didn't get our cameras done right. So anyway, yep. So. Anyway, you were talking apologize.
You were talking about segments.
Yes, because it's time for us to do. We got to do some segments.
Okay. What would you have lined up here?
Well, one of our things that has been pretty popular is
just hanging up.
Who would you like us to do? Hang up on a friend.
Let's just call somebody hang up on him right now. It's time for hanging up on a friend. Give him a call. Let's go ahead.
All right.
Alan, yeah, he's struggling tonight.
I'm struggling. I'm trying to set this thing up.
No, you're tearing it down.
Who said I'm struggling tonight? Because I'm about to boot them.
Seth said just pretend he ain't there. I do that all the time.
Everybody does.
Practically am when he's out running all this stuff.
Everybody out does that. Look, we're gonna get this thing set up. We'll figure it out,
dude. It's a struggle.
It's better than it was.
Busting. All right, well, we're just gonna call a random friend.
Yeah, let me see if this will work.
Let's see what happens. Did you FaceTime?
No, that was weird.
Hello?
Hey, who is this?
Hello?
Hello?
Uh-oh, you may have to put him on speaker here.
Hello?
You don't have him plugged in.
Yeah, I got him plugged in. Hello? Seth.
Put him on speaker real quick.
Hey, hello?
We got hung up on. What a switcheroo here.
that obviously.
No.
You know what? I wonder. Well, now we got to call somebody else.
Man, that hurt a little.
Oh, you know what? Seth. I don't know if Seth, because there's a delay. Seth said call my house, but I don't.
No, let's call somebody else.
I don't have his number.
No, I want you to call anybody else on your phone.
Seth, I'm sorry, bro, because you know what we're about to do, so I'm not going to do that now.
Freaky Friday, Thursday.
Because I know that we could hear you perfectly over this. All right. Hey, man, you know what?
Call any random person.
2020. Okay. We've got to get like some kind of overlay that just pops up 2020. Okay.
I don't know who you're calling.
Me neither. Let's see. Let me find somebody. Who could I call? Let me.
I don't care. We'll deal with the aftermath.
Do you know how many people I have?
Man, that hurt.
What's Jordan doing? Is he studying?
Yeah, do it.
Because he doesn't even. I don't even think does he even know about. Let's see.
Everything gonna be all right.
I want to make sure it's working.
Right. No, Teresa. You know what? He said he's working hard.
I'm going to hang up on you first. Bye.
No!
He's watching. Teresa.
Move on.
Teresa.
We're getting screwed over here.
Yeah. Everybody's cheating at the game.
That's why you got to call somebody you don't know. Type it.
Okay.
We're getting destroyed here.
Okay. All right. So, I don't have that many friends. Okay.
Oh, don't worry about friends.
Let's see. Who do I need
to
call?
Dude, we got a double doozy. It was double doozied up.
Yeah.
This is the equivalent of taking a dump in somebody's tank.
Dude.
It's a double decker.
Okay.
Man, that hurt. Yeah, well, let's call it quits. We're going to, who we're going to call? Quits. Stings so bad.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, man, what's up?
Not much. Just watching some TV.
What y'all watching?
Aragon.
What the crap is that?
It's like a.
Well, all right, and that's hang up on a friend.
All right, that was your hang up on a friend. So
anyway,
that was
we'll
fun.
Move right on.
And the next segment that I had queued up was from what we did in a long time. We hadn't done in a long time was slow mo.
Okay.
And I believe I had it from last time, and I think
we never did it.
We never did it, and we're going to do that. And you know who we did?
Whoa! Before, you know who brought us slow mo today?
Seth, that was good. I got to remember that about call your pastor. Okay, all right, we'll do that next time.
We're going to.
What do we need?
Okay, hang up on a friend was brought to you by.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh man, we're just terrible at this. Brent and Courtney McHenry at Ray Associates. If you're looking to buy or sell a home in Magnolia or the surrounding area, or you're in search of some rental property, because I know some of you are, then Brent and Courtney McHenry can help. They offer free comparative market analysis to help determine the value of your property and can help you find the perfect buyer. They also work with rental property owners all over the county and the surrounding area, and they can help you find the right property and offer valuable advice. That's right. They're good friends of ours, very professional folks, and sincerely want to help you find the place that's right for you. 870. Okay. 870-234-1644 is how you can reach them and let them see how they can help you.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
What's up?
Oh, nothing. I think we might got disconnected.
Oh.
You're not watching the live stream?
Bro, what do you?
He's watching Aragon, which is like a dragon movie from like the early 2000s or something.
No, what is it about?
Tell me, what is Aragon about?
Oh.
Exactly.
Wow.
What's it about?
Oh, Emily started listening to y'all.
Oh, thank you, honey.
Okay. Well, what is she doing?
Emily, let me talk to Emily real quick.
Hello.
Hey, baby.
Hey.
How's Lucas?
He's good. He's
all right, and that's
hang up on a friend. Round 2.
Oh, we always get them back. I can't stand all this.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna go to the big finish.
Emily, Derek, I will call y'all back. All right. So that's what happens when you do not let your people know you're gonna be hanging up on. That's called hang up on a family member, and it doesn't stop.
All right.
That's exactly right.
All right, it's
Seth Miller. So. Who's down for?
Yeah, you got to bring up that comment that the mouse is all right there. No.
Wow, and
wow.
Chase,
just
take the soundboard away from Alan.
I've been trying to do that.
There's that hashtag blocked. No, as long as it's not hashtag bring Lucas. That's our boy. Okay.
Oh man.
So
we did a slow mo.
We're going
to we got slow mo coming up right now.
Oh, thanks for saying that.
Right now.
I remember.
So
I remember where I put it. I actually put it
this
on.
This show is off the rails. All right, we're back. There's an outlet there.
Yeah, be careful.
Sweet.
Hey, but for those out there listening, there is a free organ. I actually got it passed to where whoever wants the organ, if you got a way to pick it up, come get it.
I'm about to say it's gonna be gangsta heavy.
What's somebody? Glass tubes. It's got glass tubing in it.
I moved a few organs in my day. You're taking out of a human body.
That was that 6 months you spent in Mexico.
You'd be surprised how
Somebody
much you
made
get
a
for
dad
kidney.
joke. What was the dad joke at the end?
I don't remember.
Yeah, you do.
You lie.
I said, I guess we're now organ donors.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. And crickets. Crickets.
Crickets, they laugh.
Nobody laughed.
They laughed. And
All the other dads
we
laughed.
closed out the service with the kids singing and
Pity laugh.
And
I remember this.
Jordan's head bob.
Man.
This is back when I learned effects. Hold on.
My daughter.
Facebook. Your daughter wasn't even up there.
What? She's behind the organ that's so
bobbing that
sentimental.
head.
That was a good joke.
What did you say about the song?
Yeah, what was the song? It was when the rain comes down, the waters go up.
When the rain comes down and the floods go up.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Rain comes down and the floods go up.
Oh my God,
Texted
kill it.
that video. I said, do not sing that song in Central Arkansas right now.
That's when all the floods were happening.
You remember?
Man, yeah, I remember that. When y'all were
Slow-mo,
trying-
we
the,
didn't
the
know.
church was trying to get rid of the organ.
Yeah. I remember that.
thing?
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody came picked it up. Sure did.
No, they didn't pick it up. They
They got a lift truck. Yeah. Man, yeah.
Oh, my
That was
God.
fun. I had one queued up 2 weeks ago, but we were just too busy. And it was good because I think we were talking about drugs. And we sounded very hypocritical.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Anyway,
real
that was our
quick,
slow-mo.
We want to give a huge shout out to Life with Lexigi.
Woo! Oh.
It's actually our newest sponsor. A budding social media influencer, also Alan's daughter. She's building a name for herself on social media.
She's trying.
Alan, let us know what's going on there.
She's growing by the ones a day.
All right, she shares. You know why? You know why she's growing that large? Is
Because we're at the top of her story.
she shares fashion, beauty, and lifestyle content.
Always.
And shoot, give her a follow and see what the products that she's got there.
Hey, we got our first Twitch comment.
Whoa!
That sounded like go ahead.
Anyway, if you like the products that she's promoting, you can click on the links and learn more about them. Contact her, comment on them. Learn more a little bit more about Life with Lexi G on Instagram, and we appreciate her for helping out with this. We'll say that she sponsored Slow-Mo. How about that? Thank you for sponsoring
Thank you.
Slow-Mo.
Thank you, baby.
What's our Twitch comment? Want to become small town famous? Buy.
I think this is finally our first legit Twitch comment because honestly, I did not know it was working on Twitch. I've never gotten confirmation of that. So anyway, we do want to become. No, I do not want to be any more famous than we are now. So anyway,
pay attention. Anyway, no, I think we're gonna pretty much leave it at that, right? We don't have anything else. We got a big Thanksgiving show coming up.
We do.
I don't know. Hold on, I got to get my pen.
So you're screwing the show up.
Okay, dude.
We will be back. What is wrong with our sign? Did you do it on purpose? Hey, Lex.
All the OCD people out there, I'm just like,
wow. Aniston's going to decorate our deal for us.
Yeah,
so
we got this brand new
I did have that.
desk.
I did have that one last video, and I think you've got it queued up that we need.
Are we talking about the CNN hot mic?
Yes, I don't know if do y'all know about the CNN hot mic, and then we'll start closing out the show. But
right. Well, let's see what this.
It wasn't up to us.
This was a CNN hot mic. I hope this is the edited version. I hope it's the censored one.
I'll censor a little bit more.
We're gonna. All right, here we go.
Let's try it. Don't blame it.
How the Trump administration is handling the transition with the incoming Biden team, or not handling it, we should say, to a certain extent. This time, it involves our intelligence community. Ken, what have you learned, sir?
There will be a smooth transition to a second Trump administration.
That was a little bit. That was wait. Look.
Okay.
Oh man.
All right.
Well, that pretty much does it for us.
I tried to hit the slaps.
It's too.
Actually, I'll give credit to Steven Crowder. Steven Crowder? That's the gospel singer.
Steven Crowder is the.
Isn't it?
Louder with Crowder guy?
Yeah, not Steven Crowder.
Yeah, that's Steven Crowder.
Sorry. Anyway, Crowder actually edited that one. And he said he wanted to provide a little bit more context of what the guy was looking at. He did a wonderful job, but that was a pretty awesome. That actually did happen on air, and the guy just said, "Okay."
Yeah.
So
hey,
I don't know.
One more time. I think we need to do the reaction to the results.
Yeah.
Some people on our staff worked hard on this.
This is so great. Oh, it's better get to YouTube.
We have found the witch. May we burn her?
Well, why do you hate Trump so much?
Well, she turned me into a newt. A newt. I got better.
What if I told you Kamala and Joe Biden won? Did you cheat to win the election?
No! Yes, I bet.
This is Kamala, and you all wanted her.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Throw her into the pool!
All right, we appreciate everybody for tuning in today. Thank you so much, and we're going to give a one last huge shout out. We're not on camera right now. We're all behind the scenes. So great. Regional Hospital Care Group of Louisiana, which has really been important here as of late. Nothing is more important than family. We all want the best care for our loved ones. And that's what Regional Hospice Care Group of Louisiana offers. Quality and compassionate care from a wonderful staff that's dedicated to families. What? That was not at all right with... Okay. With a full-time physician on staff that even makes house calls. You can give them a call at one of their two locations in both Minden and in Shreveport, Louisiana, 318-382-9396.
Just bringing a little levity.
Or hold on. 318-524-1046 and let Regional Hospice Care Group of Louisiana care for your family. Oh my gosh. I hated this show so much. All right,
we love you.
We're gonna try to have more of the guys back next time. I think we'll give it 2 weeks. We're still working on our between show. Following the off weeks, we're still kicking around some ideas.
And hey, look, everybody that if you're on here right now, go to YouTube and subscribe, please. We're trying to build that. We've reached a milestone. Believe it or not, they actually have these Liberty milestones where they give you awards, and we just hit 70 subscribers, which is nothing because we absolutely have not even been messing with YouTube.
No, we haven't even been on YouTube. But in the last couple of days,
I've had the account for 4 years.
Yeah. We've never posted.
And our number one trending video is Lexi singing
thank you, Lexi.
Taryn Wells. So, and she's actually now getting, I looked at the stuff the other day. It tells you the analytics of where the searches come from. And she got put on the
a lot of Philippines like her singing.
They do. But she got put on the playlist for people if they're searching for that Taryn Wells song Known.
Oh, yeah.
She got put on their playlist, and she shows up as like number 2.
Well, look at there. See, if you want to be small town famous, by God, you better subscribe to us, and we can.
Yeah. So anyway, but if everybody on here right now would just go and if everybody on there would just please go and subscribe to us. Look at this. Boom.
Done. Done.
We're going to have to
thank
run
you.
some kind of contest to subscribe to us on YouTube. Let us know. Send us a screenshot that you did. We'll put it on the podcast.
We'll do a premium membership, and then
Something.
gosh dog it. We
Well,
got
you know
so many
what?
Ideas.
To prove that you've actually done it, all you have to do is leave a comment on the live chat right now on YouTube, and it will pop up with the YouTube symbol. Boom. So, Teresa, if you really did it,
Yeah.
I'm going to put this back out. And if you really did it, I want to see a YouTube comment pop up. Like Tennessee 5, who never lets us down.
Tennessee 5 is consistent. We got
Tennessee 5 in bed.
Consistent. Seth consistent.
Yes, you're very. I'm just kidding.
All you guys are consistent. But we appreciate everybody for tuning in. We'll try to do better next time, and we'll have more of the guys, I'm sure.
And try not to be 30 minutes late.
Hope everybody has a successful opening day if you decide to go hunting. And we'll chat with you guys later. Is it finish or close? I don't know.
It should be the close.
All right. Well, we're Small Town Famous, and we are out. Peace.